So with all the panic about all the injuries in FPL, hopefully I can bring some calm to the storm. Hello, hope you're having a great Thursday. What is up, guys, and welcome to FPL Today and the FPL preview for Game Week 9, where we look over some topics for Game Week 9 and try and help you navigate the storm that has been this international break, where so many players are potentially playing, potentially not playing, that your head can get in a bit of a spin. But before we get into who could feature and who might not feature in Game Week 9, please, if you're enjoying the content on FPL Today, which a lot of you seem to be doing at the moment, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell for FPL, and let's get into the video. So I just want to start off with, yes, a lot of players have caution signs on the FPL website, but if you're not a seasoned pro at the game, you won't know that sometimes they just put this caution on there in case they don't play. So basically FPL Towers can't get blamed if a player doesn't play because of an injury or something. Then we say that you didn't warn us in advance on the website. So a lot of players will have a caution sign on there. Generally when it's around 75%, there's a good chance that player is going to play that game week, and any lower than that means FPL have a bit more information. But having delved a bit deeper into it, I've actually looked into who could and couldn't play in Game Week 9, and to be honest, there's a few players that have injury issues that a lot of people are considering not bringing into the sides that are likely to play in Game Week 9. We're going to start off with the players that should feature in Game Week 9 unless something happens after the time of recording this video. So please don't hold me as gospel here because things can change. I'm recording this on Wednesday before Thursday. But players that should feature: Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, Andrew Robertson, Marcus Rashford, Ryan Brewster and James Ward-Prowse. Now Raheem Sterling has actually been confirmed by sources quite close to the club that he should be okay for Game Week 9. Ben Chilwell, yes, he had a back injury, but he is in contention for the England game tonight. Of course, again, recording this on Wednesday, so he should be okay to play unless something happens between now and that game week. Andrew Robertson's also in contention for the Scottish team. Marcus Rashford should be okay for Game Week 9 as well. Has been withdrawn for precautionary measures, as well as Ryan Brewster and James Ward-Prowse, similar to Marcus Rashford. So these players have a very good chance of featuring in Game Week 9, so don't worry too much about these assets if you have them. But before you go rushing to bring them into your side, please do take note that it's safer to wait for the press conferences before you make your transfers, so we can hear a little bit more news and get closer to the deadline day that we can make the right decisions. If you've made early transfers, that is one of the downsides of making early transfers. And if you're on your wild card, none of this really matters to you, and you could have brought in the players you wanted early, and then you can always transfer them out again now that there's potential injury issues. Now, players that could or will miss Game Week 9, now these are a bit hit and miss. Mohamed Salah is, of course, one of the big news players here. He has tested positive again today on Wednesday for COVID-19, so now it's looking very unlikely for him to play in Game Week 9. Now, he has until Thursday, I believe, to pass a test, and if he passes a test on Thursday, he can fly back to England, and it gets a bit murky whether he can play or not. But right now, as it's this close to the day he needs to have a pass test for, I don't think he's likely to feature in Game Week 9 now. Matt Doherty is most likely not going to play in Game Week 9. His first positive result came a bit too late for him to be in contention for that Tottenham versus Man City game. Callum Wilson is looking very unlikely. Sources near the club haven't really given much information, but it's looking very optimistic if you think he's going to feature in Game Week 9. And Mikel Antonio, again, West Ham are hopeful, but it's a hope more than a certainty that he'll be ready for Game Week 9 for the game against Sheffield United. And then finally, Trent Alexander-Arnold, if you're wondering about him, he should be out for 4 game weeks, so there's no chance he is going to play. So unless some sort of miracle happens, he will not feature in Game Week 9. So the next question came in from Twitter, and it's about Leeds and about their form and their attack. And the way I approach this is to look at their attacking numbers as a side and also try and see if there's anyone we should consider outside of Patrick Bamford. Now, we have a side with Leeds that do like to play attacking style football, no matter who they come up against. If we look at the data, we've got shots at 89, which puts them joint 4th in the league in the last 6, 34 shots on target, putting them 5th, 64 shots from inside the box, putting them 1st, which was a surprise to me, big chances at 15, putting them 4th, goals at 7, putting them 12th, so they're not actually converting that many chances. XG at 10.94, putting them at 5th, and bonus points at 19, putting them 8th in the league, with total points scored in FPL in the last 6 game weeks being 228, putting them 10th. Now, Patrick Bamford is the best choice here by a mile, but Dallas, Rodrigo and Harrison are all players you can consider if you want another Leeds option because you for some reason fancy their up-and-coming fixtures. As far as goal threat goes, Dallas and Rodrigo are your best bets outside of Patrick Bamford. Rodrigo getting 13 shots, 5 on target, 9 from inside the box and 1 big chance. He's also got 6 key passes to his name and a goal and an assist. And then we have Dallas with 7 shots, 6 on target, which is higher than Rodrigo's, 3 from inside the box, 2 big chances and 1 goal with 3 key passes and 1 big chance created. And then as far as creativity goes, Harrison does have 5 shots, 2 on target, 4 from inside the box, but it's his 18 key passes and 4 big chances created with 2 assists, which really make him stand out as a £5.5 million midfield option. And then finally, we quickly look over the fixtures for game week 9. Now, the fixtures that stand out for captaincy is definitely the Man United versus West Brom match, where I think Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes are probably your best bets. If this was an away game, Bruno would be the perfect captaincy candidate. But I also think Newcastle versus Chelsea could see a surprise captaincy option. And it's a game where Chelsea could dominate, but there is, of course, a fear of Newcastle United parking the bus in this one. It'll be interesting to see how Spurs versus Man City will affect standings in the FPL, as many want to get off of Spurs and onto City assets. Everton will need a really big performance to reinstall faith in their assets. Now a lot of their main players are coming back into their starting 11. And will Leicester be able to take advantage of Liverpool's defensive woes with all of Liverpool's injuries in the back line? And of course, will Liverpool go all out attack because they don't have as much confidence in their ability to keep a clean sheet? Anyway guys, that is it for this video. So if you have enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Please hit that like button, subscribe and hit that bell for FPL. It doesn't cost you anything and really helps the channel out. And your support recently has been massive and we're trying to hit 17k before Christmas. So if you can do me a favour, much appreciated. Also, do check out Fanteam, top link in the description down below. And if you're still watching and interested, I should be live streaming with the Wildcats tonight. Just type in FPL Wildcats onto YouTube and you will be able to find them, where we have one of our loyal subscribers, Jeff, joining us to talk all things FPL for game week 9. With that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.